it doesn't quite feel real yet. You know, we worked so hard for so long to make this happen. The center is in place for all people, regardless of sexual orientation and gender identity. One of my favorite things to experience is to see the parking lot full. But sometimes, even when the parking lot is full, the building inside is a little bit quiet, depending on what's happening. A lot of times, the activities that are taking place within the center are happening behind closed doors. But what I really love is when it's hard to find a parking space, when I know that the place is full and that we're realizing our dream of being a home.
The center's had its ups and downs. I've been there when it's been down, and right now it could not be better, and it's a dream come true.
But never before have we had an opportunity to create the environment that we're doing now.
The big donors are still giving, but there aren't that many of them. And that really this is a community center, and the community needs to be involved in it.
So the idea behind Vision 2015 is to enroll 500 people in our community who will donate $1,000 a year to our capital campaign for 5 years. Once the debt goes away, we become the masters of our own destiny. And I think that's a very significant thing for the LGBT community in particular to experience.
So once we're debt-free, all the income that we do have coming in, we can expand, we can offer more services, we can go out into the community and offer the services that currently aren't being provided now.
We can have something for everybody. There's going to be lots of different reasons for you to attend, and come as you are basically means it's your center. You can just be showing up and enjoy a tour or actually be part of a program.
There's over 50 groups that currently meet at the center on a monthly basis, and the groups range from political, social, spiritual, support groups. There's a whole gamut of services that are going on. And we don't necessarily facilitate the groups or the organizations, but we provide a space to them. And they may not be able to have that space if we weren't able to give it to them at a very reduced low rate.
We share with them our space, and because they share with us, you know, our mission.
Well, the first time I went to the Pride Center was at the old location, and I went to a recovery meeting through AA. I'd been to other AA groups in other parts of town, but being that it was part of the lesbian, gay community, it was a lot easier for me to transition and to feel more comfortable in speaking about my past experiences. And that's where I started attending a lot more meetings because they had more to offer. And that's how I was introduced to the LIFE program and the PALS Project through a member of AA. They recommended it to me that I go through the LIFE program.
The PALS Project is a significant program for us. It's funded through a multi-year grant through the State of Florida Department of Health. The target population for this program is people, gay men who are already HIV positive.
And we're working with individuals who've been positive for the last 25 years to someone who just found out. And so in this large group and small group interactions, you really get to hear what other people are feeling, sharing, experiencing, what best practices are going on, how are they dealing with some of their healthcare issues or medication interactions, etc.
Plus, I learned a lot more about being HIV positive. You know, as being newly diagnosed, I really went there just for the education of it, but I ended up leaving there with a lot of really good friends.
My first step out of the closet was literally into the Pride Center, and I didn't know anybody. I knew of lesbians, I've heard of lesbians, but I didn't really know anybody. So I drove all the way east and into the parking lot, sat in the parking lot for 2 cigarettes worth at the time. And the first thing I saw was a great room, a meeting room, with probably 50 women sitting in a circle and just waiting, really, for me to show up.
We sit around in a circle at the meeting. There's one woman, and that kind of rotates, who's the facilitator. And then we go around the room and everybody gets to give their opinion or their offering or how they would react to it. And you get to meet people.
Very much a sense of home, very much a sense of identifying with so many of the women in that same circle, in the same position I had been in. For those reasons, is reason enough just to check it out. I mean, just come down, check it out, go to a meeting, hang out, come to a dance, do one thing. You'll love it. You really will. It's a beautiful space.
It's a good feeling, you know, to have some place to go and some place to relax and, you know, meet people and just be welcomed and stuff.
And not be not be afraid to hold hands, that somebody's gonna look at us like we're, you know, queer. Plain English. We're in the senior, what do they call it? That exercise group.
We provide the seniors with all sorts of activities that help them in their life. And not just physically, although we have a senior exercise program that happens twice a day, 3 times a week, where seniors go in and they exercise for an hour. And I have seniors saying to me, oh my gosh, I haven't fit into this dress for 25 years.
That tells you right there that, again, the senior community is looking to come out, they're looking to get out of their house, they're looking to be gay. And some of these individuals, the lives that they've led, they may not have been able to be out and gay their entire life. So this may be one of their first opportunities where they can take advantage of a gay environment.
We're seniors, but for the youth, that they have a safe environment to go to.
You know, if you think about it, whether it's in school or at home with their families, kids don't live life on their own terms. Kids are sort of held hostage by their families and by their schools, and we want to provide a safe, fun place for kids to be in the middle of the minefield called childhood and adolescence that they sometimes find themselves navigating themselves through.
The Youth Advisory Committee's focus is primarily on the current services that are being provided to the youth and what's not being provided to the youth. The purpose of this committee is to work on improving the youth services, bringing the youth onto the campus of Equality Park, and to really build that connection and that cultivation of the youth with the center, because as we all age, our future is really with the youth.
And we have a program that we started over the last year that's getting a great response. We felt a need to create a program for people who aren't necessarily in trouble in their lives, but want opportunities to learn and to connect with each other. And we created an adult education program called Pride University. And there is so much retired talent, professional talent in our community. And people come in on a volunteer basis and teach courses. And people from the community enroll in these courses for a nominal fee and learn Spanish, learn watercolor painting, computer classes. There's a gentleman that has approached us to teach Tai Chi classes out by the river early in the mornings. And it's just great. I mean, just a myriad of activities.
We're very fortunate that we have 135 feet of riverfront property on the Middle River. There's a huge interest in the community of wanting to develop that area into having a butterfly garden, gazebo, lots of flowering plants, and an area that people can have commitment ceremonies, can have memorial services, or just go while they're on lunch or at break and just sit by the river and you know, contemplate life.
I believe it's just as important today as it was when I started back in '93. I think that every day people have to deal with who they are as individuals, and I believe that it's a safe place for someone to come and deal with who they are, that it's always going to be a necessary place.
I donate to the Pride Center because I feel somebody has to step forward. But in giving to the center, I've really felt to be a part of it, and the satisfaction and the enjoyment that it's brought to me is unbelievable.
I think you'll be very proud to be part of the Pride Center And I think that you'll be really blown away that this is our center, the community center, and that you will want to get involved in some level, whether it's as a volunteer or to donate a little bit of money or a lot of money, or to put us in your will so that when you pass away, money will be there forever. There's just so many ways to get involved, but it is just the most impressive sight when you drive in and realize this belongs to all of us.
Those of us who've been working hard on this project, we want to leave something behind for future generations that will last forever. Something that will be sustainable and affordable. We want future generations of people in our community to be able to enjoy the center and to count on it, and for it to be there no matter what into the future without any debt.